Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday, and I hope that you guys had a great week and that your weekend has started well as well. Now, on beginning the live stream, as is usually the case, I've got this overwhelming feeling that I've forgotten to set something up, but I think that was caused in part due to the fact that I thought before we started I'd try and set up the comments thing, which I set up before, which means that I can show your comments or a particular comment up on screen and I can address them. And I know that I do that anyway, but just showing it up on screen rather than just addressing it from you guys in the live chat room. So I started doing that 10 minutes ago, trying to set it up because I couldn't remember how to do it. And I watched a help video on it. And they did, as always, they just say, well, just do this and then it'll work. And of course it didn't work. Even better than that, not only did it not work, but it totally froze the software, my live streaming software, this Mimo Live program that I use, which then obviously put me into a panic because it was just the disc that just goes round and round and round. If you know, it's like a rainbow disc. If you use Macs, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I couldn't do anything. So I had to force close the program. And this is 10 minutes ago. So it's been a race to get everything set up again. And thankfully, I did save it about halfway through of setting everything up, because I start at about probably 10 o'clock, something like that, maybe a little bit after setting everything up. So I did manage to save it, thankfully, and then it's just a race, and here we are. So I feel like I've forgotten to set something up, but I'll have to try and figure out this comments thing again, because I know that I've set it up before, but sure enough, it's not just working as it should. So anyway, hello to you guys in the live chat room. We have Cindy, Pauline, the frustrated songwriter, PM112, Tammy, Bev, Terry, Gregory, Laura, Alison, Gail, Vera, Linda, Mimi321, Billy, Julesy, Cindy again, Bob, Chant with the North, Rocker Girl, Alison, Mimi321 again, Kathy, Bonnie, Bev's in there as well. And Belly, Bonner, Rowe. I'm not sure if I'm just saying the same names over and over again, but hello, welcome to the live stream. Did manage to get through a few names there, which is good. Let's get some names up on screen, because at the bottom of the screen are the names of my patrons. They make this all possible in the first place, the foundation of everything that I do, as I always say. So a massive shout out to these lovely people, and let's see if we can just get really organised at the beginning of the live stream to have at the top the likes goal, which tonight is set at 390, which is obviously a huge target, which means as you come through the door, if you could leave a thumbs up, that would be massively appreciated to get ourselves closer to 390 by the end of the live stream. If we do hit that target, we'll have a fill jam as we always do when we hit that target. And then we just load up number 107 and see what it is. Try and play a few notes that are relevant to it. And cross our fingers. So that's what we're going to be aiming for tonight, 390. That is a huge target. So yeah, every single thumbs up would be great. It really helps the channel to grow and for the live streams to get out there a little bit more. And this has been the first live stream, I think, in either 3 or 4 or 5, I don't know how many, where we haven't gone up by 1,000 between the last live stream. And I'm just going to check this. Yeah, 341,963. So, I mean, we almost did it. The busyness on the channel is always really busy, but it has taken a tiny drop of about 30 subscribers or something, which gives me a little bit more of a chance to breathe and get messages done. Now, big announcement. Since starting my channel, I have always gone through the comments section and marked with the thumbs up and then the heart symbol to show where I've got to reading comments. Now, I'm going to have to throw in the towel, because I was always determined to see if I could keep on doing it for as long as possible, because I knew that there were some channels who have, maybe even 50,000 subscribers or 60,000 or 100,000, and they just don't go through the comments section. So I thought, well, I'm going to just keep on going through it for as long as humanly possible, and 341,000 is now my limit, and I physically can't keep up. So yeah, I'm not going to be marking the comment section. Of course, I'm going to be going through and reading it, but it's something that just takes too long for me to kind of go through marking it. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that, but I am still going to be reading the comments, of course, for requests and seeing your comments. And I will be going through there and kind of marking ones that I'm reading or that I'm replying to. So yeah, that's it, that we've made it to 341,000. And the thing is, it's just literally the case of, across my channel, I think there are between 1,500 and 2,000 videos, and I think quite a lot of those are analysis videos, which means that somebody who just subscribes to the channel, and like I said, recently we've been going up by like 1,000 every kind of few days or every 4 or 5 days, so it means that there are 1,000 new people checking out the old videos. And when I say old videos, I mean some people comment on ones from 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you know, really early ones, and then they'll watch another one that's really recent. So if you imagine across the channel, you've got 1,000 more people and they're all checking out the channel for the first time, which is great, but it means that they've got loads of videos that they're going to be watching. And then if you can imagine that they're kind of jumping all over the place, keeping a track of it all, yeah, it's been a little bit trickier now, but obviously it's only going to get trickier and trickier because of the increased subscriber count, but people just checking out the videos in general. I mean, not everyone that comments subscribes, so you've just got that general kind of audience that are just jumping in, commenting, and then leaving. So yeah, thankfully, everything is good. I mean, it always tends to be the case in the comment section that, you know, the comments are either from, you know, fans, musicians, producers, and people that are enjoying the videos and hopefully learning something from them. And very occasionally there's a troll or two, but you know, since setting up Troll Corner, I know that you guys really enjoyed the Troll Corner segment of the live streams, but I don't think it's going to be a regular thing because I am very lucky in that we don't have many trolls. But there is an excuse, not that it's troll related. Well, it is technically troll related, but not in the sense that you think. There is an excuse for tonight's live stream to jump into Troll Corner. So I will probably do that, but it's not to talk about any negative comments or anything. It's just because of the picture we're going to be taking a look at. So rather than jumping into Picture Corner, we'll look at the picture in Troll Corner. So yeah, we'll do that a little bit later on. Anyway, I can see that there have been donations in the Super Chat window, so thank you guys for those. And I will address those just after I get the donations tab up on screen to let you guys know that you don't have to donate. Just watching is fantastic. Maybe leaving a thumbs up, getting us closer to that Phil Jam target of 390. But yeah, introduce yourself into that chat room, and that's how we all get to know each other, and I get to know your username. And yeah, I can see Rogo going through saying trolls. So yeah, not many trolls for tonight, not in that sense that it's been set up, but yes, donations, you don't have to donate, so just watching is great. There are some people that can't resist donating, so for those people, I think it's important that they know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, and you can find that in the description below. So I think we're pretty much there. The only thing that we haven't got at the moment is the likeometer, and I'm going to take a total gamble here and see if, when I set it up earlier, I saved it to see if it appears, and oh, it didn't. So let me grab that and move this across here. There we go. So we are at 253 likes so far. Thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. And 135, that's a random number that's popped into my head, and I'm just going to go with that. So that's what I'm going to say we need to hit the target. Fingers crossed that that was a correct number. Who knows, with my mathematical ability, it's always a little bit random, but that's what I'm going for. Whatever I just said, 135 more people before the end of the live stream. But we have a lot to get through before the end of the live stream, because we have the vote for tonight's cover video going on as I speak. It's Lay It On The Line, which has 65% of the vote so far, and it's between Lay It On The Line and A Design for Life. So yeah, if you want to have your say for one of those tunes, obviously it's going to be my version of those tunes, then have a click on whichever one of those songs you want to hear. Now, I am going to jump into the donations. We'll just address the ones in the Super Chat window to begin with, because we had one from Paul for $2. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, catch up crew for me, spike those likes all y'all. So, great idea. Hit that thumbs up. Orlando's donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, I am meeting a friend for dinner, but we'll catch the replay. Spike the likes. Thank you for that, Orlando. And let's have a plug of the mug while we're here. If you want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, click on the tray underneath this video. If you haven't got a tray underneath this video, don't panic. There's a link in the description below to this spring.com store. You can go through there, get your hands on a mug, t-shirt, hoodie, hat, bucket hat, and tumblers. So yeah, lots of stuff over there. And Tortordo Porco has donated $6.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, what was the inspiration for the beautiful synth at the beginning of Don't Cry? So thank you for that. And I think this is probably something that happens to most people when they get a new effects unit and you're messing around with the sounds. You kind of come across a sound that you think, oh, that sounds really nice. And this was the Roland GR20. I believe it was called that. I'm not sure. But anyway, it was a unit that effectively turned your guitar into a MIDI instrument. And because when I used it, it was quite early in that development. So it wasn't amazing, because sometimes it would pick up like a harmonic or some resonance from the body of the guitar, and it would play a note that you haven't played, so it could sound a bit dodgy. But when it worked, it was really good. So myself and Griff, who long-time viewers of the channel will know, and myself and Griff got this put on both of our guitars, so that when we're playing live, one of us could play strings and the other one could play the guitar, and that's how we'd get the sound of the songs, but live. So we didn't need anyone to play the keys because we were doing it on our guitars. So anyway, that synth sound came from the GR20. So that's what we used and what I used on that particular recording, just because it's a really nice sound. So there you go. That was that. And yeah, I'm just thinking of it being a little bit hit and miss. When you were using it, you had to be so careful with your playing to make sure that you didn't accidentally not even hit another string, but accidentally just brush across one, because it's really sensitive. It picked up everything, and sometimes, yeah, even a note that you couldn't really hear, it would play that at the same volume as everything else. So yeah, it's very early in the technology, but it was good when it worked. I think nowadays that kind of thing is, just really taken off, and it's a lot more reliable and accurate. Not that I use anything on my guitars to turn them into a MIDI instrument, but there you go. Yeah, just a new effects thing that we were playing around with, both myself and Griff, and going through the different sounds. So thank you for that. And CW has donated £4.99. Thank you, CW. That is a straight up donation. And Liz has donated £2 as well. Thank you for that, Liz. And that's Liz's first super chat donation, because there's a big one next to it. So thank you for that, Liz. Right now, there have been few donations over on PayPal as well, so I will address those. But just for card charger news fans, since the end of last month, I haven't been able to use my card charger, as you guys will know if you've tuned into the live streams. So I had another one fitted, and that was on Wednesday, was it? So anyway, the one that they fitted, it wasn't emitting a hotspot signal. As much as I tried to connect to it, it wasn't working. So, long story short, you don't need to know the details, but having been in contact with the support for, or the help support people for the manufacturers of the charger, and not the electricians. And this is the other thing, that I've got electricians that come and put it in, but then you've got to deal with the other company who actually make the charger if there's a problem with it. So it wasn't emitting a hotspot in order to connect to it, and by default it was set to Wi-Fi, so you could only control it with the accompanying app. And if you couldn't get the thing to emit a signal, you couldn't use it. So you can plug it in, you can press the bypass button, but it doesn't do anything because it won't change the default. So ridiculous for it to be the default that you can't just plug in and charge your car once you've had it fitted. So anyway, the good news is, long story short, that it's now working. Last night I finally managed to sort it out with the help people who make this EVIQ, is what it's called, the company, and this charger. So yes, it is now, fingers crossed, working, or at least I managed to charge my car for half an hour yesterday, so it did work for that long. And this is the thing about what I did to try and set it up, is I guarantee you what everyone does. in that they come and fit. You get an electrician to fit the unit, and then it even has a code on the front of it, that like a QR code. So you hold your camera up, it takes you to a particular page. You then follow the instructions to now set up this charging box, and it's getting you to download the wrong app. So no matter what you do, it's never going to register, because you should be using, and the app you download is called Installer Miles, but the app you should have downloaded is called Electric Miles. So they've called it really similar things, so that I guarantee you everyone's going through the same process that I'm going through. So you feel like, yeah, somebody needs to say to them as a business, stop telling people to download the wrong app, because they're all going to hit the wall like I have for 3 days, and then they've all got to go through the support process to actually eventually be able to talk to somebody, and then they say, oh no, you need an app that we don't tell you to download. So yeah, crazy, because all they need to do then is put on the box, download this app, because that's the one you need. I don't know why they tell you to download the wrong app, but obviously it's just a bit of a chink in their armour that they haven't quite thought it through. Thankfully, I did get there in the end. So yeah, I'm hoping now that it'll just keep on working and it won't have any problems, because yeah, the first charger I had stopped working after really soon, actually, maybe a few months. Second charger I had worked for about a year, then stopped working. And I know that some people have messaged saying about, oh, should we have, a crowdfunding thing to get a new charger and all that kind of stuff. But there's no need to do that, because every charger, the third charger that I'm on now, they all get installed for free, because there's a 5-year warranty on the chargers, whichever company you go to. So it's all of them are well within their warranty, and it shows you how unlucky I am with these kinds of things, that I've had 3 in a row that have not worked properly. But yeah, technically this one now, hopefully, fingers crossed, will work for maybe 5 years. That'd be good. So there you go, car charger news done and dusted. So going over to the PayPal window, we had a donation from Elizabeth, who donated £7.53. So thank you for that. And that was a straight up donation. We've had another donation from Robert, who donated £50. So thank you for that, Robert. And I'm just going to go to the next one. Cindy donated £40 as well. Thank you for that, Cindy. And the message is, I have been using the pitch monitoring app on your vocal demonstrations. When I watch your analysis videos, you are remarkably accurate. Clearly, all your hard work on pitch accuracy paid off, and it shows it can be done naturally. So thank you for that, Cindy. And I mean, that's something that I've never done. I've never looked at my own voice in the pitch monitoring software, because I don't know. I mean, I would hope, after spending so long learning to sing and trying to hit notes accurately, I would hope that has paid off, that I'm quite close to these lines. But I know, because I'm not using pitch correction, that I won't be on the lines all the time. I might be close, maybe very close to the lines, but I know that I won't be on them. But yeah, I've never looked at my own voice, but thank you for that. And I mean, during the videos, as you guys know, I just occasionally break out into something. And again, this is another thing about pitch correction, and the debate about it is that I know that I've worked at it for a very long time, probably a year or longer, to get my vocal cords to be able to get accurately, as close to notes as I can, and to get that muscle memory to build it up, and it takes a very long time. And yeah, for me, having done that, I would rather have, and I would actually rather go through the process again. If somebody says, look, all of that time, you don't need to spend that long trying to be accurate pitch wise, because you can just apply pitch correction. So yeah, the need of having to work at your voice for a long time to get it accurate, now isn't as pressing as it was when I was learning to sing. But I would still rather go through the process. I'd say, well, especially with my ear, 440 hertz just grates my ear. So if I was listening to my own songs and I could hear that it was just going at 440 hertz all the time, I think, oh, I'd rather just, work at my voice, perform it naturally, and then my voice is where it is. And at least it will sound like my voice and doesn't sound like a computer version of my voice. So, I think it's time well spent, and I would spend it again. Even if I went back to the start of not being able to hit the notes properly, I would work at it until I got a bit closer. So thank you for that, Cindy. And Tammy has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, hi Phil, please wish winger Debbie Rijkaard a happy birthday. Thank you. So yes, a big happy birthday to Debbie. I hope that you have a good one. And yeah, everybody in that live chat room, I'm sure, wishes you a happy birthday as well. So everybody can say happy birthday, Debbie, in that live chat room. And thank you, Tammy, for that, because Tammy did message me, I don't know how many days ago, saying, oh, can you remember on Saturday to mention about Debbie's birthday? And I said, you might have to remind me because of the amount of messages coming in. So thank you for that, Tammy. And yes, happy birthday again to Debbie. And the next donation is perfectly timed because it's Debbie with a £25 donation. So thank you for that, Debbie. The message is, hi Phil, just a little something to thank you for all you do. Your smile and videos are always a bright spot in my day. You're the best. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And yes, many happy returns again. Now I saw somewhere at some point a donation from Roderick, and it just popped up on my phone, and it's not in the list here, so I don't know whether I've missed it or not. Let me just have a quick, I'm just having a quick scroll through. I can't see it anywhere, but just in case I missed it, thank you, Roderick, for that donation. It's just one that I remember seeing on my phone for some reason. Sometimes they do pop up, and with some of the comments on YouTube, they randomly pop up, and I can occasionally click on one of them, see what it's all about. But certainly with the PayPal donations, my phone makes a noise as well, so I know that it's something to do with that. Thank you for that, Roderick, and the donations in that super chat window as well. I can see that Really Mysterious has donated $5, so thank you for that. And the message is, cheers from across the pond, from the home of Geddy and Alex. Can you break out the acoustic and recreate Roy Clark's Malagana from The Odd Couple? Laugh out loud. So thank you for that. And in a word, no. And I think not many people can play it exactly the same way as Roy Clark in that particular video. But yeah, this is the thing as well about performances and pieces that I might have been asked this before on a live stream about playing particular pieces. So for that particular piece, Roy would have practiced that from beginning to end, and you just keep on practicing that same piece over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you kind of get it up to a particular speed and a level of proficiency that you're happy with. And that's the same with everything. I mentioned about my Eruption cover that I did here on the channel, and you can find that cover somewhere. But it's just a case of going through it and effectively practicing a piece. So it is almost like a paint by numbers approach, because you know where the notes are, but you just have to keep on doing it to get the muscle memory there. So it's the same for every performance from every single guitarist, no matter what they're doing, unless they're just jamming and or doing a fill jam where they're playing. But this probably happens 0.1% of the time on YouTube, where somebody's playing along to something they've never heard before. If they are playing something, then they've not only heard the backing before, but it might be a piece where they're just playing through a cover. Maybe they've transformed a song into their version of that song. And I've seen a lot of covers on YouTube with acoustic guitarists, tapping onto the guitar, all that kind of stuff. And it's just learning a piece. And if you do play guitar yourselves, then you'll know the process. It's something that I had to do when I was teaching guitar. I used to have to learn fingerstyle pieces that were quite involved, And it wasn't something that I would choose to learn to do, but I had to teach somebody how to play it and the correct phrasing and the technique in order to do it. So I would go through and learn those pieces. So when I was teaching guitar, I don't know how many pieces I must have learned, but loads. I was teaching guitar for what, 15, or probably more accurately, just under 20 years. So over all of those years, you do teach students who are, beginners. I'd say mostly beginners, but some intermediate players and some intermediate to advanced players who just want to, work on the finer details of their technique and their playing. So it means that I have taught people to play quite involved pieces, and some of them have been things on YouTube that have been like viral videos of this particular person playing the guitar. And whenever somebody comes along and says, oh, I want to learn this piece, and it is kind of a viral video, I think, because I know I've got to sit down and I've got to tab up every note that's being played. And especially when it's something that's, technically impressive, it's going to take a very long time for me to sit down and, plan it all out and then learn to play it and teach them how to do it. But again, that's a definite piece from beginning to end that you learn. And once you've learned that, you've learned all of the muscle memory for that piece. And it's just a show-off piece that might last, 3 or 4 minutes. So you've got all of that muscle memory. Once you stop playing that, you forget it. And yeah, there's loads of pieces that I have forgotten. So even if I'd learned to play Malagena at any point in my life, I would not remember how to play it now because I can't remember who said it. There was a top level guitarist. It might have been Tommy Emmanuel, or it might have been another guitarist. But anyway, they said the thing about learning pieces is you use it or you lose it. So you can spend all of that time learning a piece that's very impressive to play through, but as soon as you stop just topping up your memory of that and keeping it at the same level, you get rid of that and, you can't remember how to do it like a year or a year and a half or 2 years later. Of course, if you now want to learn it again, the muscle memory is stored there somewhere. It's deep in the vaults. So you can then start to pick it up more quickly because you've already been through the process, but you can't just instantly play something after not playing, something that's of a high technical level. You can't just go straight back to playing it like a year or 2 later. You need to be reminded. You need to remind your hand how to do it because it is just muscle memory at the end of the day. Because like I said, it is paint by numbers. All the notes are predetermined. There's nothing that you're extemporizing with. It's just, literally playing one note after the next in a very specific order that cannot be changed. So, and that's the thing about some of the performances that are just great to watch because of the technical level that it's at. And certainly with Roy's performance, that was one that's just way up there. So, anyway, yes, moving on. Thank you for that. Really mysterious. And we've had another donation over in the PayPal window here. Stephen's donated £3.76. So thank you for that, Stephen. And that is a straight up donation. So we are almost at 360 likes, which means that we're going to be looking for technically 31 more people to hit that thumbs up to then have a fill jam at the end of this live stream. And I have to say that the fill jams, that's what I like doing, that kind of thing, where you're not just playing something that you know what every note is going to be for the next 3 or 4 minutes. I like to just literally not know which note I'm going to play until I think of it. That's very much how I roll and just what I enjoy. But some players really enjoy learning pieces and they'll learn one piece after the next piece after the next piece. But again, even for them, if you suddenly ask them to play a piece that they haven't played in 2 years, they won't be able to do it. You've got to top up the memory of that particular piece because it has to be in that muscle memory. And even thinking about Paul McCartney made a quote that said, even when he's playing live, if the songs aren't in the set of what he's doing on a particular tour, and somebody shouts out for him to play a song that isn't part of the set, he would have to go away and remember how to play it and go through the chords again. Because obviously, he's written so many songs. So, I mean, it even works. It doesn't even have to be, a piece that's at a really high technical level. It's just remembering how a song goes. Even your own song, in Sir Paul McCartney's example. So it gives you an idea of muscle memory, that use it or lose it. And that goes for, when you've got potentially, 100 songs that somebody might call out to ask you to play, then you might say, well, no, I haven't been playing that one for this tour, so I'd have to remember, does it go to a B minor in the bridge, or was it not? Was it a minor seventh? And so that's what can happen with pieces, learning pieces, but also with musicians who have written a hell of a lot of songs. So anyway, we are going to be, let's have a look. I was going to say, we are going to be jumping into, I think we're a bit early for the cover video, but let's have a look what's going on. 70% for Lay It on the Line. So that is just in the lead quite a lot. I think A Design for Life tends not to get voted for. I'm not sure why, but I know that Lay It on the Line has been a popular one in the past. So there we go. We might be listening to it again tonight. And I'm wondering when because we've still got a little bit of time, are we ahead of schedule? We might be ahead of schedule, so maybe we could jump into Troll Corner now, even though it's not really Troll Corner, but just an excuse to go through the little intro that I made. It would be a shame to not play it whenever I get an opportunity, because of the fact that I've actually spent a lot of time putting this together. So anyway, let's jump into Troll Corner, even though it's not really troll related on the channel, but I'll see you guys in a second. Rock! So here we are in Troll Corner with Mr. Troll, and I know you guys have been trying to name him. I mentioned that in the last live stream, but he's just Mr. Troll. That's all I'm saying. So, I just saw out of the corner of my eye, Lucy said, Phil Toon, we might have time for if I rush through this, we could probably get a Phil Toon in. And I'll tell you what, I'll check Joe's message to see how long the backing track's going to be tonight if we do reach the target. We only need one more. The perfect timing. We've just hit the target, bang on, 390. So we're going to be having a Phil Jam later on in the live stream. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. Of course, you can keep on doing that. It really does help the channel. And if you're watching this in the future on catch up, then you can still hit that thumbs up, because every single thumbs up counts. Right, so what were we doing? We're in Troll Corner, but what we're gonna get up on screen is the background, because we need to look at a picture. And in order to grab the picture, I have to make sure that the screen grab is set up. And the reason that it's troll related is because of this. Oh, look, Mr. Troll's actually in the way, so we can't see the picture. Let's get rid of him for a second. He fades away into nothing. And yes, you can see the trolls on screen here. And this has been sent in by Connie, by the way. So thank you, Connie, for sending this in. We have a live stream going on in the background. That looks like a very old live stream. And we've got the Wings of Pegasus mug in the foreground with the trolls as well. Let me navigate to the message for this. And Connie says, after Phil gave these little trolls a cup of Earl Grey tea, a chocolate bar, and a lesson in proper manners, they became full-fledged wingers. So thank you for that, Connie. And I mean, that would be quite a lot of tea, I think, for those three trolls. They could actually probably, well, I was going to say they could go for a swim in it, but it would be a little bit hot for that. If it is a hot cup of Earl Grey tea, which I am partial to, of an evening, and actually of an evening after a live stream, because sometimes people talk about food, and it makes me hungry, because generally I eat at about 7 or 8 in the evening, and then by the time I'm doing the live stream, by the time I finish the live stream, after all of that, then I am very hungry. So I tend to have a cup of Earl Grey tea, and then maybe, I don't know, some peanuts, and well, maybe some Doritos, but I'm trying to be a little bit healthier nowadays, so maybe just the peanuts. And for people that are saying, oh, peanuts are unhealthy, peanuts are high in unsaturated fat, which is the good fats. But it doesn't mean that you can just eat loads of peanuts, but it's good to replace fats in your body with unsaturated fats rather than saturated fats, because saturated fats gets caught in your arteries and all that kind of stuff and makes it, it's sticky, and you don't want that going on in your arteries. So anyway, how have we got onto that from trolls? I do not know, but anyway, let's get rid of that and then come back to me. Technically, we're still in Troll Corner, so we'll get Mr. Troll to appear, but then we're about to leave Troll Corner, so yeah, we'll say goodbye to Mr. Troll, and that is it. So it isn't actually any trolling going on, it's just the picture that was related to it. So thank you for sending that one in, Connie, and Laura for linking me to it. If you guys have any pictures, and it's usually just been for Wings of Pegasus merchandise, if you're doing any modelling, if you get your hands on a mug and you want to hold it up and do some modelling of the merchandise, then you can do that, and I'll show it on the live streams. So yeah, that was a merchandise plus troll theme that we had going on there, which I guess is fine as well. If people have got any pictures of it would be a good excuse for me to jump into Troll Corner, because like I said, we haven't had any comments or anything like that recently. And the reason that I started Troll Corner, it just happened to be, 2 or 3 or 4 comments that had all come through that day. So I thought, I need to kind of get this out in the open, get it off my chest. But like I said, no comments recently. But if you guys want to start taking pictures of trolls and pairing it with any merchandise, then that's a roundabout way for us to jump into Troll Corner. So anyway, let's get out of the Troll Corner, and I'll see you guys in a second again. So there we have it. Right, now we're going to be jumping into maybe a Phil tune. Let me have a look over on Patreon to see what has been happening over there. Thank you guys for requesting the songs, and we opened with Don't Cry as one of my songs. If you want to get any of my songs, head over to wingsofpegasus.com/music to go directly there. But yes, I'm going to have a quick look down here. Phil tune, the Italian, says Tammy, and it's always a little bit difficult to see the requests because there are a lot of comments. Barbara has said Phil tune, the bassist, so that's the Italian, the bassist. And Deborah says the bassist, so that's 2 votes for the bassist. And I'm looking down the list, it might be, unless we have another one. I'm just going to keep on scrolling down. Okay, Liz just wants a Phil tune. Doesn't want any. Oh, and then Joe wants a Phil tune, and it's the library one that Joe's requested. But what was that? The bassist. So we're going to be jumping into the bassist Phil tune, and Cindy says riff of the week. Where are we at? Let me check how long the backing track is, because we might be able to fit everything into tonight's live stream if it isn't a long one. Let me go down here. Okay, right. Joe has, bumped the message, which is good. Phil Jam number 107. Strat clean, some cry baby has an end. Don't forget amp mic, and it doesn't say how long it is. So let me go up to the top. And for some reason, the window's not even working. I'm going to have to use my mouse to scroll up to number 107. 5 minutes 36. Okay, right. So that's going to be a quick one tonight. Well, not that quick, 5 minutes, but quicker than some of them, which have been 10 and 12 minutes. So let's jump into the bassist Phil tune, and then maybe we'll have a riff of the week. I tell you what, I'm going to set up the screen capture for that, just in case, after this Phil tune. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys after. Rock!
Okay, well, thanks for coming down to the audition today. Do you mind if we slag you off behind your back while we discuss your audition?
That's okay, I'll randomly walk in this direction.
What the actual heck was that? Okay, let's start with the negative points.
Well, his image is laughable and totally unsuitable. He can't keep time. His bass looks like he found it in a skip, and he was late.
Unbelievably, even though he was absolute total guff. He is the best we've seen, and we've been auditioning for a year. So what the ruddy frig shall we do?
As much as it pains me to say it, I think we'll have to give him the gig, bite the bullet and get on with it.
This is total guff shine.
Hello again. Before you tell me your decision, I thought I would say, I want this more than anything in the world. I'll do whatever it takes.
Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you've got the gig. You are now our new bassist.
Holy head guys, thanks a lot. This means the world to me. You will not regret it.
Well, straight to business. We have a rehearsal on Wednesday night 7 until 10 before the gig on Saturday.
Can't do Wednesday.
Why not?
Me and the missus usually go to the corner shop that evening.
Okay, no problem. We'll just move the rehearsal to Thursday.
Can't do Thursday.
Is there any day at any time before Saturday that you can do?
No.
Hang on, is the gig this Saturday?
Yes, it is this Saturday, as I have been telling you for the last 3 weeks.
I can't do it. I'm working this Saturday, and I definitely can't get out of it, for sure.
Are you actually having a joke with me? As you have just realized it is this Saturday, I know for a fact you have not called in to see if someone will cover your shift.
I didn't think of it like that, but now you say it, it makes sense.
Well, considering it is a great venue and fantastic opportunity for us as a band. Do you want to call your work just in case?
Well, I suppose I could actually thinking about it.
Well, ruddy guffing, do it then, you freaking bum guff.
Hello, it's me. I doubt anyone will, and don't worry if you can't. But will you or anyone else cover my shift on Saturday?
So, what did they say?
They said they didn't want to cover my shift. It sounded like they were slagging me off and laughing in the background. So it's a dead end.
Well, at least you got across the importance of getting Saturday night off.
Now the problem is, I can't fake illness because they know I want Saturday night off. Ruddy, hell.
I seriously cannot believe your incompetence. Okay, give me your phone. Hello, I'm calling on behalf of my guffing idiot of a friend. Yes, that's him. He has an important night on Saturday. Can he swap his shift? That's great, thanks for doing that. I'm actually amazed at how easy that was to organize. Many thanks. There you are. You now have Saturday off, so you can now do the gig. How you could not organize that is beyond me. Unbelievable.
Just thinking about it, actually, I can't do Saturday.
What? There. Actual. Frig. Please excuse me. I just have to go outside quickly and shout something.
And there we have it. That was one of my Phil tunes. And that it is a real life story. That's what I called them, because they are real life stories from my musical past. So there we go. That's the bassist. We have 5 Phil tunes in all, including the Fireworks, which is a more recent one. And yeah, I could make a lot more of them. The thing is, they take quite a while to put together. But yeah, there are certainly a lot of scenarios that I could put together just with my music career. But somebody mentioned recently about doing one about my car charger, because it was not relevant to music, but it's the same kind of thing where one thing happens after another, after another, after another, and you can't believe how ridiculously run some businesses are, and the people that you're dealing with. So, and you know, these people will bump into in every walk of life. So yeah, thank you guys for requesting a Phil tune. We are going to attempt to jump into a riff of the week as well, because it is what, 51 minutes past 11, so we've still got a bit of time in the live stream, and we are going to be having a look at... Oh, should we do the riff of the week before the cover video? So yeah, we'll look at the cover video after the riff of the week. Now, in that live chat room, if you can give me a number between 1 and 100, that would be much appreciated. And while that cartoon was playing, I was counting through to see that we've got 32 riffs that have not been selected yet. So, and that's out of 100. So it means that you've got roughly a 1 in 3 chance of saying a number. So yeah, we have really got through them quite a lot. So I'm going to try lots of numbers here. Ro says 41. 41 we have had. Terry says 17. 17 we have had. Tom says 39. Oh, let me scroll to where 39 is. We have not had 39. So Tom... Yes, I was just double checking that. Oh, no, hang on. 30. No, we have had 39. I was looking at because it's a spreadsheet, I was looking at the numbers in the spreadsheet, not the numbers of the riffs. So, yeah, let's keep on going. It's going through too quickly. Jill says 15. 15 we've had. Anita says 34. 34 we've had. Elaine says 50. Did I just say that one? 50 we have had. Dorothy says 2. 2 we have had. So we've got a 1 in 3 chance, and our chances at the moment aren't particularly going well. Ken says 37. Was that 37? 37, I don't know whether I just made that up, but Ken, I think, said 37. And 37 we have not had. 36 and 38 we have had. So that is quite a good one. Right, riff of the week. Oh, so it's almost like just getting the number. You're a winner because you've chosen one of the few remaining ones. Oh, I can see that in the description of this particular riff, it says this is an obscure one. So this is potentially going to be one of those ones that nobody gets, but I'm just there's an advert, so somebody's copyright claimed this particular riff, whatever it is. So let me get that going there. Let's have a listen, and we're looking for the name of the riff, and that's it. I mean, the name of the song that the riff comes from, but some people just know the riff as, oh, that particular, riff. So yeah, the name of the song is what we're looking for. You can give me the name of the artist or band as well if you want, and that's if I can even remember what this riff is. So let's have a listen and see what it is. And I know that I'm not even showing this on screen because this is a riff that I definitely know. And that might have given it away a bit. But let's actually get it on screen. I'm actually wearing a vest. So there you go. Apologies for that. And let me put this, I don't know where. Oh, there we go. It's actually in the center, which is a bonus. Right, let's jump into it again. And there we have it. So I'm going to be jumping into the live chat room. Let me get rid of this. So I'm going to look over here, have a little scroll down. And what I did is I stopped it at the top before the riff started so I can scroll down to see if anybody gets it. Of course, Billy says rainbow. Ro says cream. Josie says Rock of Ages, Def Leppard. I was going to say right kind of ballpark, kind of. Wendy says Poison. And by the way, these are, as soon as it's correct, I will let you know. Trent of the North says Rainbow. Anna says Paranoid. Kevin says Free Bird. Hang on. Oh, it's just jumped to the bottom, so I've got to go up again. So then Cindy said it's Winger, so it's not Winger. But again, right kind of ballpark there. Rocker Girl says Rainbow. Cathonia says sounds like Van Halen. So when I said about this being obscure, of course, I know what it is. To me, it's obviously obvious because I know what it is. And it's a song that I think was on my workout playlist back in the day. So Mike says White Snake. He actually said White Snake because the N is the wrong side of the K. But White Snake it is. So there's a clue. We're going to be going down. I'm waiting for... Mike says White... Well, corrected himself with White Snake. So Mike is the closest so far. We've then got Lucy saying Panama. Laura saying Van Halen, which is incorrect because it is White Snake. So I'm looking for a White Snake song going down. I don't think I can see any. Deborah says Hot for Teacher. So, yeah, it's not Van Halen. 17. I think maybe I'm still looking at some old guesses. So I'm going to wait to see if we go through. And if anybody knows, this might... And Vincent says Whitesnake. So, yes, it is Whitesnake. But we need the name of the song that this riff comes from. And I'm not even sure. Maybe it's because it's not... Yeah, I mean, Farrant for Life, which is Liz, says Whitesnake, Still of the Night. So it's not Still of the Night. And I think maybe because it's just a song that, unless you listen to a lot of Whitesnake, maybe you won't know. So it might be the case that I'm going to have to reveal what that riff was because nobody's going to get it. Alison says Still of the Night as well. The FTM22 says Crying in the Rain. And I think we're going to have to... Is this the only riff I've had to say what it was? It might be. So a lot of you people have listened to Whitesnake, but this song, or this riff, was called Bad Boys. So check that out if you get a chance. Yeah. For me, yeah, I don't know how much people listen to Whitesnake songs, but I'm trying to think why. I think it's just because it's on my workout playlist, because I listen to it over and over again. I think maybe more people know it than they do. So, yeah, not a lot of people got that one. Well, nobody got it apart from me, and I played it. So it's a bit of a cheat, but yeah, I know that riff very well. There you go. Whitesnake, Bad Boys is the name of that particular song. Right, we are now going to be jumping into my cover video. Vera says Bad Boys, darn. So maybe it was one of those that people couldn't quite place. So yeah, hopefully you might be able to go and listen to that song, and then maybe my riff sounded like it, or maybe my riff didn't sound like it. That's why you didn't get it. But I was trying my best. Right, we are going to be jumping into the cover video for tonight, which is going to be Lay It on the Line. I saw it had 69% of the vote, so we'll jump into that, and then straight after that, we're going to be jumping into the Phil Jam. So, here we go. Bella says, I was going to say, Phil, no one except you got it. So, yes, I don't win anything. Nobody ever wins anything for Riff of the Week, apart from just the satisfaction of being the first person to guess it. So there you go. Satisfaction for me. For the Riff of the Week, we are going to be jumping into this, which was Lay It on the Line, my version, of course. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after. Rock. And there we have it. That was my version of Lay It on the Line, the Triumph Classic. And thank you guys for voting for that as tonight's cover video. Now, what was I was setting something up and I've forgotten what I was doing already because I thought, oh, I should have been setting up the guitar for the Fill Jam. But we've still got time. It's 5 minutes past. So we've technically got 10 minutes, which means I can just blabber on about stuff. For 5 extra minutes. Tigress has donated $9.99, so thank you for that, and it has a number 3 next to that donation, so that is Tigress's third donation in the super chat window, so thank you for that. And Totoro Porco has donated $3 as well, thank you for that, and the message is impressive, you attempted Rick Emmett's high vocals. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of range in that song is just a bit ridiculous, and I can't remember in which key I sang it, but this is what I say about, you know, singing covers and trying to copy other people's voices. There's no way that I could copy Rick's vocal, so I just kind of did my own version of it. So yeah, I can't remember where I placed it, but as long as you can get from the lowest note to the highest note, then that's the most important thing. It's all about singing where your voice is, and obviously then it's going to sound like your version of it, because trying to imitate other singers isn't really what I'm into. I just kind of sing it with my own voice and see what happens. But thank you for that donation. Right, we are going to be jumping into, where are we? This message from Joe. Let me click on that. Oh, hey. Okay, we're going into an advert there. I'll tell you what, let me mute that. We'll let the advert play through. Remember to turn on the mic. And I am going to pick up the guitar. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten that bit. Let me move that back. Okay, advert is done. Guitar is plugged in. And it is the Strat tonight. Oh, I've moved away from Joe's message now. I think it was something like Strat Clean Crybaby or something. So I mean, I haven't got the Crybaby on at the moment, but maybe we'll do it without Crybaby, maybe go to Crybaby. And as for the levels, if you guys can let me know what the levels are in terms of the balance and the mix, that would be good. It's only 5 minutes, so we're gonna have to get a bit of a shift on with this. And yeah, the level's always a little bit random here. For me, hearing my guitar, that tends to be the problem. Myra has just donated $5, so thank you for that, Myra, as well, and says, keep it up. So yes, I will do my best. Right, did you hear that? Is that... Okay, yeah, I think that's coming through. Zoom out, that's another part of it. Okay, zoomed out. That's there. Ready to go. Let's have... Oh, this is Jazz Rock Fusion Jam track in E minor, Mind's Eye. Oh, it has a name. BJT number 77. So this comes from Ben's Jam Tracks. And those are all separate words. And yeah, Ben's apostrophe S, as you can imagine. So let's have a listen to this and see if we can play along. Okay, that's the intro noise. How's this sounding? Okay, seems like levels are okay, good. Guitar level good. Sound is good, sounds great, good stuff. So we'll just play along with this, see what happens. have it. Okay, I think that was actually quite a nice ending. If I had some sustain, it would have been a really nice note to kind of fade off with. But of course, I want a really clean tone, so yeah, it just died. But anyway, there we have it. That was a bit of jazz rock fusion, jam track in E minor. Mind's Eye BJT number 77 from Ben's Jam Tracks. So you guys can check that out if you want to. And yeah, have a jam along to that yourselves. So thank you, Joe, for supplying that track, number 107 out of the list. So there we go. And I mean, we are pretty much going to be ending on time, which is rare. And I'm sure, yeah, the moderators will be very happy about that, because I always tend to make them stay for a lot longer, because I always say that it finishes at 15:15, and we are almost there. So all that's left for me to say, and first of all, just to check that we're up to date with everything, which I do believe we are. So that's all that's left for me to say is thank you guys for joining me on tonight's live stream. I'm going to be here with another video tomorrow night. We're going to be live streaming again on Tuesday night, 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. Always the same time, same place. I will be there. If you can join me, that would be great. Thank you for tuning in tonight and for hitting that thumbs up. We've got 480 likes, which is crazy. So maybe next week, I don't know, it'll be maybe 395 and then maybe after that 400 as a target. But I'm always a little bit wary of making 400 a target, because I can't remember us ever hitting that target. So I always think that it's a one-off when we go above 400. But thank you guys for tuning in, hitting that thumbs up, and yeah, ensuring the fill jam, because it's always good fun to just jump into something and play a few notes and see what happens. So try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. Have a great rest of your weekends, and I'll catch you guys at tomorrow night's video, and hopefully see you on Tuesday night if you can make it for the live stream then. So I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!